Okay, so yes, you've read the title. We are interviewing another WandaVision star today, which we'll get into in just a second. Same as the other two, I just want to say a huge thank you for even allowing this to happen. Even if there's no more interviews in the future, which I hope there is for the other shows and anything to do with Marvel or movies in general. But even if there's not, this has been such a great experience for me. The last 4 days, I've interviewed 3 of the WandaVision stars. It's been so surreal for me as a fan, and I've loved every minute of it. But as always, I won't keep you too long. I just wanted to say thank you, and also thank you to David. You can check out all his social media links in the description. Here's my third interview with an actor from WandaVision. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and another interview. With the WandaVision finale rapidly approaching, it's literally all I can think about at the moment. You know how obsessed I've been with this show. And with that being said, I am lucky enough once again, which I can't believe, to be joined by another WandaVision actor and Westview resident, David Lengel. Do you want to say a quick little hello?
Sure. Hi, guys. This is David Lengel. I play Phil Jones, aka Harold Proctor on WandaVision. I live in LA. I've worked in Atlanta. I grew up in New York, and I'm happy to be here with Andrew.
Let's go. Okay, so I'm not going to waste too much time. So we're going to jump straight in. The first sort of question I have is, how did you land the role in WandaVision? What was the audition process like for you?
Okay, so I'm an actor in LA, and part of that deal is that you audition for jobs, right?
Yeah.
So along with being an actor in LA, I am represented in the Atlanta market. So I don't know if you know, but the film industry and the TV industry in Atlanta has really boomed in the last few years. So it behooved me to get representation there. So my agent in Atlanta, which is where they were filming, the first half of
Yes.
WandaVision,
Yeah.
sent me this audition for a role in a secret Marvel streaming show. So I was like, oh, that's cool. But I audition for things all the time where it's not like I think about it too much. It's like, all right, I got to get this audition done. So,
Okay.
so I auditioned for Herb, one of the other
Yes.
residents
Yeah.
but he wasn't called Herb, but I won't get into that. But yeah, I auditioned with that scene and submitted it, thought, okay, I got it done. Let's see what happens. Didn't think about it. A few days later, my agent called and said, they like you, but they want you to audition for other characters. So I also auditioned, I put a tape together for the Doctor.
Yes.
In episode
Yeah.
3.
Yep.
And then also, so I sent that off. Then they said, okay, they want you to audition for another character. Give us another tape. So I auditioned for, maybe I'm getting the order wrong, but I also sent in a tape for one of the scientists in the van with Darcy.
Okay, yeah, one of the sword people.
Yeah, so she's in the van and they have one scene, right?
Yeah.
So I did that scene. And I think I read the lines of both of the scientists in the vans, in that van.
Okay.
So I did that. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I mean, it's cool that they like me, but it doesn't mean anything, so that, I'm not going to get my hopes up too much.
Of course, yeah.
And on with life. And then a week passes and I'm at lunch with my buddy and no. I'm sorry. That was when that already happened. Okay. So a week passes and I'm waking up on a Sunday morning and my agent calls me and he says, dude, they're reading the scripts at the table this week. They want to invite you to be a utility reader at the table tomorrow. And this is Sunday. I'm in LA. They're going to be in Atlanta.
Oh, so you had to go across the country.
Yeah. So
wow.
I'm like, a reader. What is that? A utility reader. What does that mean? Are they hiring me to be on the show? And he said, no, not yet. I don't know exactly what that means, but you're going to be, filling in and helping out. And I was like, okay.
So it didn't sound too promising yet.
Well, I didn't know, because, from my point of view, it's like, all right, I got to drop everything, get on a plane without knowing if I'm actually going to be hired.
Yeah, that's a lot of commitment to go
it's a risk, right?
Yeah, of course.
Gamble. So I said to my agent, I said, who's my buddy also, I said to him, let me think about this, but essentially I'd be a fool to pass this up,
Oh
right?
yeah, well yeah, of course. Because if it pays off, then it'll pay off big time.
Of course. And he said to me, I wasn't going to say it, but yes. So I was like, all right, I don't want to be a fool. I don't want to pass up an opportunity to have a chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was Sunday. They wanted me there Monday, but I was like, all right, let me, I said, I'll be there Tuesday. Give me a day to get there. So I flew in Monday. I showed up to, meanwhile, I still don't know what the show is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they
It's
keep that
a secret
yeah.
Marvel show. I don't know that it's Wanda and Vision. I don't know that. So I show up to Atlanta on Monday. On Tuesday morning, I get in my Uber and I go to Pinewood Studios in Atlanta.
Yep.
And I check out like the room I'm supposed to show up in. It's locked, and I'm like, I'm the first one there. I was like, well, I don't know. And meanwhile, the writers walk in, you know, and they're like, oh my God, David Lengel, you're here. I was like, you know me? And like, I don't know you, but thanks for having me. Like, oh yeah, we love you. I was like, oh, you really? Great. So I walk in and there's all this artwork on the walls, and I'm like, oh, that's Paul Bettany, that's Elizabeth Olsen. Okay. I kind of know these characters, but like, I don't. There was a lot to digest. And
Oh,
I was like,
I can imagine you
what's
everything would be going buzzing
where
through
am
your head.
I? Yeah, what? And then there's a lot of sitcom art on the wall too. So it's like, what is this? You know?
Oh, it must be so confusing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't
at
putting
first,
too much pressure on myself. I was just like, I'm happy to be here.
Of course, yeah.
So I'm chilling, and sorry to be so long-winded about this, but this is
Oh no, not at all. No, it's an interesting story, of course.
yeah. So I sit down, and then we essentially read the scripts. We do a sitcom boot camp. We watch old sitcoms. We watch the Dick Van Dyke Show, the Brady Bunch.
So you had to actually watch these shows.
We watched like a full episode, and like some clips.
That's pretty cool.
And,
I didn't know that.
Family Ties. We watched. I think Tom Hanks did a scene on Family Ties. We watched that, and anyway, this was all going on throughout the week, and you know, by Thursday, I still didn't know. But meanwhile, they're there. Like I'm sitting at the table with Paul and Lizzie, Catherine Hahn, and Matt, the director, and Jack Schaefer, the writer, and you know, other important people, and I'm like, well, I mean, and me, and like, what? Hey guys, and you know, and no one really knew who I was either. So, but I was helping out. So I mean, I was reading like various parts.
Yeah, like the fill in the blanks kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So because they didn't have, there were only the main actors there.
Yeah.
So so Thursday comes, and Friday. Okay. I think it was Friday when they told me. Matt told me, okay, so you're gonna be playing Jones, and I was like, awesome, that's great. And but I read the scripts, and Jones was only in. Well, I don't know if I should say too much, but anyway, I ended up playing Jones, and so there you go. I was hired.
Okay,
that's how I got the part.
Okay, so you just auditioned for a lot of roles, really, and one of them landed.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really audition for Jones.
I suppose, yeah. So, either way, it worked out well. So you can't complain, really. Yeah,
that's right. Well, auditioning for Herb was kind of like auditioning for Jones, because you know it's the same. You know,
just a Westview sort of resident.
Well, the audition scene was the neighborhood watch scene. So
where you're all around the table. So
I'm a guy at that table. Yeah, you know. You give me lines
regardless of what the name is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So were you already a fan of Marvel? Do you know much about Marvel before you got the role?
Well, I wasn't like you, and I wasn't like like a lot of people
Just
that
in
are
the just like
contacting me.
in the middle.
Yeah, when I grew up, I collected the cards. I don't know if you are aware of these Marvel. They were called Marvel cards. They were like trading cards with the characters on them. Have you
I
seen
I
these?
I I think I've seen them online. I don't have any myself, unfortunately. I collect like comics and sort of figurines and
Sure.
stuff. But yeah, so you had the cards, yeah.
Yeah, I like the cards for some reason. I don't know. I saw some kid at school with them, and
I
then
collected like different kind of card, like the Pokemon cards, and I never had Marvel cards.
yeah, well, Pokemon is that's an actual game, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
so these cards were not activated. Like you
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
use them in a role playing situation. They're just like baseball cards,
yeah.
and on
Just
the
like
back they
just to keep, yeah.
exactly. And then on the back they had their statistics like strength, agility, intelligence, and then there was a scale. It was pretty cool. I really like that. So I collected those, and I put them in a binder. And I recently asked my mom, "Do I still have that binder?" And she's like, "Let me look." And so she took the phone with the FaceTime. It's like, "I think that's it at the top of your closet." And I was like, "That's it. Don't touch that." Yeah. Or wait till I get home. I haven't been home. They're in New
Yeah.
York and I'm in LA, so I haven't.
So I assume that binder will mean a lot more to you now than it did before.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I would love to have something like that to look back on.
Yeah, I want to find. I need to find Scarlet Witch and Vision. Those are
Oh, of
my first
course,
two cards I'm looking for.
of course. So WandaVision was the first couple episodes anyway. They were filmed in front of a live audience. Yeah,
The first one.
just the first one.
Yes. I mean,
Okay,
as far as what I did. Yeah.
okay. So how was it for you as an actor? Because obviously, I assume you're more used to filming normally without a live audience. How was it
Well,
like with people watching you right by your side?
well, I'm actually a theater trained actor. So I
Oh,
went to
really?
theater school.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to a high school for performing arts where they had an intense theater program, and then I also went to a college conservatory, both in New York. And so essentially, I had 8 years of theater training, and so I performed in front of an audience
Okay.
a lot before
So
I started film and TV work.
did
So
did
go ahead.
did that make you more comfortable then with the role, or was it just kind of it didn't really bother you? It was just there.
Yeah, I think that's why they liked me for it, because so having the theater training prepared me a lot for kind of these sitcom style shows, which are filmed in front of a live audience and have the laugh tracks. Even if there is no audience there, there's that
Yeah,
feeling that there's an audience
yeah,
there.
like the ambiance.
And also the style is kind of bigger. Like it's less filmic, less internal. It's more like an outward, like, "Hey, how you doing?" Just kind of
Yeah,
a louder performative
so,
performance, for lack of a better word. Sorry about that. But
no, of course, yeah. So
but yeah, so I was well suited for kind of the sitcom style, and then prepared for the people in the audience to be watching, and they really fed us. So when you're doing these comedic shows, they want kind of a rhythm and a pause for the
yeah.
laughs to
Oh,
get in.
I've heard about this. Yeah. So
Yeah, so there's
it
kind of a
makes like the
timing
flow
to
of the
it.
lines different, doesn't it?
It does. So you don't want to step on the laughs, but you want to feel it. You want to ride the crest of the wave. So
I like that.
when
I
the
like
laugh
that.
is
Yeah.
kind of just about to go down, that's when you go again. But
Okay.
it's tricky because it's not quite the same every time. So you kind of have to feel it out, and we did it several times, and we filmed it with the audience and without the audience. So I don't know
Okay.
how they edited it, but
Well, they'll
they
just
def that
work their magic and
yeah,
make
but
it
that's
work.
standard
Hmm.
for these sitcom shows too. I did the show with Ken Jeong, Dr. Ken. I don't know if you guys have that, but he filmed his show in front of a live audience, and when we did that scene, we also filmed it a day before without the audience. So that's kind of a normal thing to
Hey,
happen.
that's a nice little insight. I did not know that. I've always thought it was just the one audience. So obviously with WandaVision, it's like completely different to anything really that's sort of been done before with the time skips and the different decades. What was that like as an actor, obviously in the show, adapting to different sort of like time periods, like different characteristics and personalities and vocabulary, that sort of stuff?
Well, it was really fun because they give you different wardrobes
It kind of gives you
and
more flexibility. You can kind of show off, you can do more throughout the different episodes.
yeah. Well, I consider myself a hair actor. Obviously I have the mustache,
Oh yeah,
which is very period.
which I need to compliment real fast. It's unbelievable.
Thanks, man. Pretty proud of it. Worked hard.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, every follicle just was pushed out to the perfect length.
I'll tell you what, it fits the WandaVision aesthetic for your character perfectly. It looks amazing. It looks amazing. It does.
It all came together.
It does. It's
But
meant to be.
but like I was saying, the mustache really has a period feel. Like it kind of feels
Mm,
like it's from another time,
yeah.
even though it's also modern day. Like it's very versatile. So for me, um, it was cool to see how they adapted my hair for the different time periods, and I really loved that stuff. So
Of course,
I don't
because
know.
in the early episodes, you kind of had it slicked down shorter,
Yeah, it's very
and
very cropped
then
and short. No
it, yeah,
sideburns.
and in the '70s, it was like full all the way out. Yeah, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So
What was
they
your
they
favorite? What was your favorite look?
the 70s. Yeah, that
I
was
thought
cool.
the '70s was that was the best one. That looked cool.
Yeah, well, when I'm in the chair with Dottie and the lights go out,
Yes.
that was the moment, right?
Yeah.
That
Um.
captured the essence of the 70s for me.
Oh, it was perfect. You looked the most '70s accurate character.
Yeah, they didn't have to do much. They saw this and like, you know what? You
You've
look
nailed.
good.
Yeah, you've nailed it already.
Yeah, it was the other time periods were like, what are we gonna do with that? Yeah.
So throughout while you were filming, how long were you on set for? Like how sort of long were you on call for to do your parts?
Uh, Various amounts of time. The first episode, since we filmed it like a real sitcom, I was there all week because the process for filming sitcoms is you have rehearsal days. You rehearse like a play, and
Okay.
then you film it, and then you film it in front of the audience. So that's standard for any sitcom that you have kind of a week to work on it, and the cast is pretty much there all week. So
So
for that one, I was there for the whole thing, and then the other episodes, I was just there as needed.
yes.
But once we got into stuff like the magic show and yeah, some of that stuff, yeah, that took several days to film. So I was there for quite a bit of time, but it was staggered, and then you throw in COVID,
Oh, of
which
course. Yeah, it kind of just
um,
throws everything
well,
up in the air a little bit.
it paused everything.
Okay.
Like you talk about the blip. I mean, we had our own
Oh yeah,
blip.
you have the whole world had a blip for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole world had a blip. I mean, it's funny that it's referenced on the show too.
Yeah.
So
It's a good analogy.
it's yeah, it happened. So, but the lucky part is that they were able to wrap all the Atlanta stuff before COVID hit, because the Atlanta stuff wrapped like a year ago right now, like the first week in March, I believe.
That long ago.
That's when the Atlanta stuff wrapped. But
Okay.
then
Okay.
they had a whole second half to film in LA, which didn't happen until
More
much
recent.
later because of COVID.
All right. So you did spend quite a long time on set then. Who was like the most enjoyable to work with slash like the funniest sort of person to work with? Who was the funniest on set?
Uh, Funniest on set. Well, I had a moment with Catherine Hahn, which was very cool because so
She's
I
done a
told you that
great job, by the way, in the show. She's fantastic.
she's amazing,
Yeah.
and we all love her. And everyone is a fan, and like you all have your favorite Catherine Hahn performance, and you're like, oh, she's in that too, and she's so versatile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's great.
and she's so down to earth. So so I was there for several days as the utility reader, right?
Yeah.
And so the cast just assumed, all right, I'm helping out. And then on, was it that Friday, or maybe I came back. So we had the week of the table work, and then I came back for the shoot. And on the first day, we sat around on the set, and everyone was introduced at the table. And they introduced me as, playing Jones, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, way to go!" And
Oh
then
yeah, okay.
they didn't know, and then Catherine said, "Did you know? Did you know this whole time?" And I was like, no, I really didn't. I knew I auditioned, and I was trying to get a part, but no, I did not know. I mean, until the end of that week, and I know now. Here we are. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. Let's do this thing. So it was very cute and very warm. That
oh, she remembered you as well. So
oh well, of course. Well, I was there. I mean, we were there for long days.
oh, okay, okay.
But she was like, well, you're just great. This is you're perfect for this. So I really felt like I belonged on the team.
Yeah.
Even though, I'm there with A-list celebrities, brilliant actors. So who have been well established.
Yeah. Well, that would help a lot with obviously you're going to have to work with them also. The fact that you felt welcome straight away obviously would have helped a lot.
It helped a ton, but they're I mean, for as much celebrity and as much star power as they have, they're just down to earth, awesome, kind people. So
I was going to ask that like later on. I was going to say sort of our sort of Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, like the bigger, like the big names like Wanda and Vision. Are they like what I was going to like? Just what are they like in person? As a fan and everyone else that would be watching, someone who just watches the show, and these people to us are just the characters. What are they like in real life? I was going to ask that.
They're yeah. I mean, it's a good question because everyone wants to know.
Yeah, because to us they're just like this is a strange way to put it, but like to fans like myself and everyone else, like them as real people just don't exist. Like they're so high up in our standards that they're like we can't imagine them in real life. Like
it's like biblical, right? It's like
they're like our idols. Like
they're just regular
and yourself, of course.
Well, I'm new, but we'll see how long it lasts with me. But
okay.
But no, look, we don't know what's next. But yeah, Paul, Lizzie, Catherine, they're all like really kind, down to earth, awesome, generous. I mean, they're actors, right? So
yeah, of course.
Like I felt like I was back in school with really talented folks, just kind of collaborating and giving ideas and sharing and it was a process, especially when I was there at the table that first week. There was a lot of, questions about what would be best for the project and why would I do this? And, what is that, genre of sitcom, and how is that different than how a show is made now? So like just adapting to that period and that style. And, it was very thorough. And I felt like I was amongst professional people who were working together.
Yeah, that's what you would want, though, surely. So you can learn a lot. The same as me, same as anyone. You want to be with people who are even better than you at what you do. You can take away from watching them and learning from them, that sort of thing.
No doubt. And then just otherwise, just hanging on set or in the makeup chair. Just really chill energy, positive thoughts and kindness, just orbs of light surrounding them. It's all good stuff. I've nothing but like comfort for them and the way they made me feel, because I'm just, I mean, them looking at me is like, who's this dude with the mustache? he's a nice guy, and then like it just all.
Are you friends with any of them now? Do you keep in contact with any of them?
I'm friends with some of the other townspeople, but not the I'm not in touch with the main players.
Okay. So without obviously like this isn't like a spoiler question, but were there any surprises that or anything that surprised you on set, not necessarily to do with the storyline, but to do with the way the show was filmed or the way that like it was produced or anything like that?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Yeah, so not to do with the storyline, so not storyline wise. Was there anything on set while you were there that shocked you or surprised you about how the show was made?
Well, just the attention to detail in
Yeah,
the set building.
Marvel are the best for attention to detail.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Back to the Future, the films, because you know you have
I love the
town,
movies.
and if you watch those films, you see how like the storefronts change in the different years that they visit.
Yeah,
So it kind of felt like that, and
I've never. I've compared it to a lot of stuff like the Truman Show and oh, the names came off the top of my head. The one with Tobey Maguire where he kind of gets stuck into
Pleasantville.
Pleasantville, that's the one. So I've compared it to stuff like that, and obviously the sitcoms. I've never thought about it in Back to the Future, and it makes a lot of sense. That is very accurate on how they kind of just like the same thing reskinned. That makes sense.
Right. Yeah, because you know they I don't know if you've noticed the town square where the gazebo is, right? That's transformed through the episodes as well.
Yeah. So they do that with a lot of stuff. So obviously, as of the time we're recording this, we're up to season 8 in the show. So we've not seen the finale yet, obviously. And in season 8, we saw your character as Harold Proctor, and you're putting up like a poster for learning piano lessons. And it's quite clever because in episode 2, you were playing the piano. So subconsciously, Wanda Elizabeth Olsen has seen this and trying to give you your happy sort of story that you know she's trying to make other people happy too. So the attention to detail in that sense is unbelievable.
Dude, you're giving me goosebumps right now. Isn't that great storytelling? Oh my God.
It really is. And then you have Mrs. Hart. I think it's Deborah. I can't remember. Deborah Rupp, I think her name is.
Deborah Jo Rupp. Yeah,
that's the one. Yep. So she was sitting.
Legend. Yes.
She was sitting alone when Wanda was driving in with no one. So obviously Wanda gave her a happy story, gave her a husband. You have the delivery guy was all like sort of depressed and miserable. So they make him the happy mailman who gets on with the neighbors. There's the heart on the paper that turns into the heart on the calendar. Like the storytelling is the last episode we just saw makes the first episode so much better now when you rewatch it. It's unbelievable.
I'm getting chills.
I got chills watching it. I watch it the second it comes out, and then I went back and rewatched episode 1, and it makes everything kind of fall into place for you. It's really clever.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, what a way to capitalize on 2 seconds of screen time, huh?
I know, right? Your Westview resident has been given like a whole new depth when you see him outside of Westview. It's really clever.
I'm very grateful.
So do you watch the show yourself? Like, are you a fan of the show?
Oh, dude, yeah. I've been putting it on the second it jumps onto Disney Plus. I'm refreshing at 11:59 West Coast time.
So I either stay up. I stay up all night because for me it comes out at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I either stay up all night for it, and I'm sitting at 7:59, or I go to sleep super late, and then I sleep for like 2 hours, and I'm up. I'm like, right, I have to wake up WandaVision time.
But 8 a.m. is like a normal waking up time. Why do you have to stay up all night for that?
It's not for me.
Oh, okay.
So I have like my job too, but the UK is still in lockdown right now, so I'm furloughed. So my sleep schedule is all over the place. So the UK is still in quite a tight lockdown. Scotland, I think. I'm not sure about England. So my sleep schedule is all over the place. So it depends on where I am with my sleep schedule. If I stay up, it's so messed up right now.
Well, but at least this gives you something to shoot for, right?
Of course. I'm not going to lie. WandaVision is the only thing that lets me know what day of the week it is. Before WandaVision, any day could have been any day. I honestly was clueless around Christmas time. And now that WandaVision's out, I know Friday. I know how many days it is until Friday. So It's got me back
Uh,
on a schedule, you know.
yeah, well, you need a new show.
I do. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out after, so
Okay, there you go. All right, so you'll
yes,
have something
I
to
know,
mark a week
of
by.
course. So here's a kind of more of a fun question. If you could swap roles with anyone on the show, who would you want to swap with?
Oh wow. Okay. Who would I want to? I mean, I like showing up with, being Phil. So
Yeah.
I'm not. But if I had to, let's see. Uh, I mean, it'd be cool to be the boss of the office. Mr. Hart in the first episode. That was a
Yeah.
cool. I mean, for an older gentleman though. Um, I enjoyed auditioning for the Doctor, but that was just one episode.
Yeah.
Um, Look, I'd be happy to be any of the townspeople,
Okay, so you wouldn't want one of the bigger roles, too much pressure.
like Vision.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Vision with a mustache?
Hey, I might that could break the internet. People might love it.
There you go. There's a new meme for you, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Someone edit it. Someone needs to make an edit of that.
Yeah.
So besides WandaVision, before I got the chance to speak to you, I had a little look at like your IMDb, because I know some of the stuff you've been in. What's been your like sort of favorite acting project besides WandaVision?
Uh, well, I don't know if you know this, but I have a small part in Coming to America.
I do. I saw. I can't believe that. That's amazing. That's a big deal.
It's crazy.
And that comes out in as
on Friday.
Yeah, we're recording this on March 1st. That comes out on the 5th, right?
Yeah, it comes out the same day as the WandaVision finale.
Yep. I got a busy day that day. Busy day. So do you.
That's a lot for one day. The funny thing is that I filmed that the same week as episode 1 of WandaVision. So I had booked Coming to America earlier in 2019 in August.
So you had a really big week then.
Yeah. They initially told me I was going to film that the end of August, and they kept pushing the dates. I was like, all right, that's fine. But then they pushed it to the week where I was filming WandaVision. I was like, oh no.
God. Was that also in Atlanta?
Thank God, yes.
It was also that would have been mad if you had to go back and forward.
So they told me it was going to film on Thursday, and meanwhile we were still rehearsing for WandaVision on that Thursday. So I told them, hey guys, I booked this other thing. I may not be available this day. And they were like, okay, that's fine. They were cool with it because it wasn't a filming day. It was just a rehearsal day. But then it rained that day. So Coming to America was like, we can't do it today. We're going to do it on Sunday now, which worked out perfectly because I wasn't working on Sunday on WandaVision. So I filmed WandaVision Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wow.
On Sunday of that week, I did Coming to America too.
So you had a full 7 days.
I had a great week in Atlanta, but just fair warning, I have a very small role in Coming to America too. Don't blink. It's quick.
Oh no, well, I'll find it. Don't worry. I've got a keen eye.
Yeah.
You're also, correct me if I'm wrong, you're in the new Disney film that's coming out soon, Jungle Cruise. Is that right?
That's true. Yes, I'm on the boat with The Rock.
With The Rock. I was going to ask, did you get to meet The Rock? That's a huge deal.
Great Dwayne Johnson, my childhood hero.
My childhood, my hero still. He's a legend.
The Rock says, know your damn role.
that must have been surreal to work with The Rock. He's like a huge actor, physically and literally.
Yeah, I mean the biggest star in the world, or one of them.
Well, he's definitely one of them. Yeah.
And yeah, he's a cool dude. We were working, so it's not like it was social. Yeah. But he had a very bright energy surrounding him. Very charming, very funny, very, you could tell he's kind. Even though, he came, I play a tourist on the boat, and there was a crowd of us. So, he didn't stop and say hello to all of us. So, but you could still tell that he was very kind. Like
I've heard that The Rock is like a genuine, like really just lovely guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had some funny times because, you know, he's like steering the boat and like, I don't want to say too much, but yeah,
Oh
it's,
yeah, of course, yeah.
we had a good time.
Okay, so this is a really small question. Can you actually play the piano?
Oh, this is the question everyone's asking.
You don't have to
Uh,
answer it if you don't want to. But was it you actually playing the piano?
I will say that was me on the show, but
Yeah, but was the music coming from you? No, you don't have to answer.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Okay, okay. So obviously, I reached out to you on Twitter. That's how we're talking right now. But you've recently been uploading to TikTok, which is where my platform is. Have you? I follow you. I keep up to date with your videos. They're great. What's your thoughts? You've kind of had like an overwhelming support, even over the last 24 hours on TikTok. So
Well,
how's that?
I just started on
Yeah,
TikTok.
it was like a day or two ago, right?
Yeah, on Saturday. So 2 days
Yeah,
ago, I made my first post.
and
You
you
know,
got
I
like
don't understand. I don't understand how I'm getting so much support on that platform, whereas on the other platforms, it just it doesn't
it's
seem like
just yeah.
there's as many people. I'm trying to understand how uh, 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 where these people are coming from.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, I'm the same. So I know you've been there for like a day and you've got like 20,000 followers roughly somewhere around there already. And yeah,
Almost, yeah.
the Marvel community on TikTok is really strong. Like that's like my community and a lot of other people's. Like, there's so many people that are so into this stuff that I didn't even know there was this many people out there that was so into this stuff that they want to watch stuff about it and learn about it. It it's overwhelming for me. So
Well, and they're shocked that I'm there because
yes, it's yeah.
I know Victoria and Asif recently joined like last week, and they were like, "Oh my god, another one!" And
Victoria, what who's
Victoria Blade plays the commercial woman.
okay? Yeah, the mother. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Well, but the commercial woman, yeah. Well, but yeah, but what's funny about Victoria and she's also on the boat with me in Jungle Cruise, so watch out for her too.
Oh, okay. So we got two WandaVision actors on the
Yeah,
cruise.
yeah. Well, check out the trailer; you'll see both of us.
Okay, okay. I will after this. I actually am going to check that
Yeah,
trailer out.
yeah, yeah.
So what? Obviously, you're relatively new to TikTok. Have you seen the Jimmy Woo sort of meme that's going around? How everyone's just obsessed with Randall Park's character.
Uh, I don't know if I've seen the meme you're referring to, but Randall Park is amazing and Jimmy Woo is amazing.
Yeah.
And
So there
yeah.
was there still is. I don't know where it came from. It just started overnight when everyone saw him and there's this thing everyone's going around the MC Woo. So it's like the Jimmy Wooniverse that he just crops up in every TV show. He's like a cameo in everything ever. His acting credits are huge, and people kind of just fell in love with him. And now everyone kind of calls him their king, and he's their favorite. Jimmy Woo is the fan favorite.
Well, that's kind of the dream for an actor, right? To be able to
Yeah.
kind of play all those different roles and
Oh
pop up
yeah.
in so many different projects. So, I mean, he's setting the template
Yeah.
for an actor like
It's
me.
so sorry to interrupt you.
No,
It's so
no.
much so that people want a Jimmy Woo show, like a show exclusively of him and Darcy, kind of like an X-Files show,
Well, that's
solving mysterious cases within Marvel. And the idea is actually being pitched by a director, and it's nothing's confirmed at all, but he has pitched the idea, and it's been teased a little bit that it could be something that's getting spoken about. So for him, that's massive. That some joke on the internet could literally like skyrocket everything.
well, it's more than just a joke because I mean, he's already established this character across,
Oh yeah, of course, Ant-Man and yeah, yeah,
Ant-Man films and now WandaVision.
yeah.
Plus, he was the lead on Fresh Off the Boat. I mean, the guy
Yeah,
is
he is a
legit.
great actor. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been in so many things that I watch as well. Yeah, but this the fans just fell in love with him after the card trick. The first time he showed up,
Right.
everyone loved it. Everyone was sold. They started putting his name everywhere, all over the internet, having him trending, and that could lead to him getting his own show within Marvel. That's unbelievable for an actor.
Well, it doesn't surprise me at all. I don't think it surprises anyone, right? I mean, it makes so
Yeah.
much sense. The guy's a star.
He's a fun guy too. He's fun whenever he's on screen. So
Yeah, I wish I had more stuff with him, but yeah, he's great.
he's on the opposite side from you.
Right, different universe.
Yeah, they're a different world. Yeah. So
Yeah.
a different universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are questions that I've taken from fans like myself, from the audience, from followers, all that sort of stuff, who just to get them involved, because this is a great experience for me. I'm honored to be here, and I just wanted to include as many people as possible. So this kind of rapid fire answers, we'll just go through them. So we've got a question here from a user called Speed. Who's your favorite character in WandaVision that's not your own character? Your favorite as a viewer, your favorite from a fan point of view?
Agnes.
Agnes, good choice. Very good choice.
Agatha. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite genre of film, or your favorite film in general, if you have one, to watch from a viewer point of view?
I'm gonna say Back to the Future, just because every time I watch that, I have to watch all three.
I love Back to the Future. Again, great choice. You cannot fault that at all. This question is from Hosfer Voltung. I hope I said that right. What was your an actor you looked up to or inspired you in your career, whether it's now or when you were younger?
I used to love watching Robert. Oh, I still love it. Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't go wrong. Yeah, the face is perfect too. I know. Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, but just seeing him change his hair and do different characters, the good guy, the bad guy. Oh, I couldn't believe that was all the same guy.
He's an unbelievable actor. One of the best. A question here from Red Robin. What would be your dream role if you could act in anything? Your dream role. Any movie, TV show.
I would love to be on a television show, sitcom. I would love to be on a sitcom, like kind of like.
That's your favorite vibe.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, I was trained in theater, and I was used to, performing in front of an audience. So I would love to do that on a television scale. So yeah, I would love to play a character on a sitcom.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be like a more laid back atmosphere than a full on Hollywood big massive movie. Yeah,
I'd like to do that too, but just as kind of a regular gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could have a bigger part in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, would you rather play a villain or a hero?
Wow, that's a good one.
That's a good question.
I mean, you can't go wrong. I'm going to say villain.
I said this. I asked who was it? I asked Chris James, who was in the blip scene, the hospital scene, and he said the same thing, because villains always seem to they have more fun. You get more leeway on the stuff you can do.
I'll twirl my mustache.
Oh yeah, you've already got set up. You thought about this before.
Yeah, of course.
Question from a user, Burrito. Any Marvel character, if you could be any Marvel character, who would you be? Any Marvel character.
I'm gonna say Spider-Man.
Great choice. Solid choice.
The kid's from Queens. He's a Mets fan.
Are you from Queens?
I relate.
Is that where you're
relate.
From? Perfect.
I'm
perfect.
From Queens.
There you go. Question from Belly Coast. What's your favorite Marvel movie?
My favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah, MCU or non-MCU. Before that, or in the MCU, whatever.
I liked the first Avengers.
So
they assemble.
That's an iconic scene and iconic film. That started it all. Question from Blame Zane. If you could have any superpower in real life, what would it be? And we'll go based off the fact that there's no supervillains, so you don't need like weaponized powers. Something that would be like the most fun or the most convenient for every day.
I really want to fly.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. That's a great answer. Like,
yeah.
There's nothing, flying, teleportation as well. That would be so convenient.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to be invisible, but that's just too creepy.
Yeah, it's a little bit creepy.
Yeah,
it would be fun though. It would be so fun.
Yeah, talk about villainy.
Oh, of course. So next question: who's the biggest contact in your phone book? You don't have to say, but your biggest flex in your phone book.
I don't know. My buddy was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
You know that show?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know Jeff Ward? Do you know him?
I might know his character.
Yeah, he's on. I think he plays Deke.
Okay. Oh yeah. I know him.
Yeah, I'm having lunch with him on Wednesday. But
Oh, that's
I
so
don't.
cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have a moment. We go. We've done sketches together. If you Google, I don't know. Should I? Do you want
Yeah,
it? Should I
yeah,
say?
yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
it's
yeah.
called Orphan Flippers. You can see Jeff and I in a sketch together. Orphan
Okay,
Flippers.
okay. Question here from Callum's Marvel. If you know what the upcoming projects are for Marvel, so all the new ones that have been announced, which one are you most excited for from a fan point of view?
Uh,
So I think there's like 27 projects announced.
well, there's a lot of talk of the multiverse now, right? Like they're kind of cross.
Yes, we're all very, very excited for it.
So I'm interested to see what they do with Spider-Man. Like
Yeah,
how
that's my one too. That movie is going to blow
well
everything up. Like I
they've
don't know yet.
well, no one knows, right?
Exactly.
But they've announced that Alfred Molina and Jamie Foxx are coming
Yeah,
back, right? Not to
yeah, yeah,
mention the
yeah.
former Spidey, right?
It's just going to be a massive. That's just going to, yeah. That's my personal one as well. Out of all of them, that's the one I'm looking most forward to. Yeah, I can't even
Yeah,
have words for it. It's just going to blow my mind. I've
yeah,
um I've got a funny story actually, which I know we've been going for a while, but I was about Tobey Maguire is my favorite superhero all time with Wolverine's Hugh Jackman. Hugh
yeah.
Jackman's Wolverine, wrong way around. And so I grew up with Spider Man. I it was my favorite hero, and I was on a train in London when I was around I don't know 7 or 8 years old. And my mum nudges me and she points over and goes, "Look!" And it was Alfred Molina. He was sitting across from me on the train. And of course, the train scene in Spider Man, he's like derailing this train, and it's going. And
Oh,
I was sitting there, and I was 8 years old, and I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" Like all I could think of was there's Doc. She went, "Doc, that's Doctor Octopus." She never said that's the guy who plays him. I was a kid. I was like, "Oh my god, Doctor Octopus on a train." I'm done for. Like,
so your imagination went wild,
when
but were you aware enough that that was fiction, or were you
I think
actually?
I don't know what age it was, between like 6 and 8. I was very young, and I remember being like in my head like a little bit scared. I was like, "Oh, that's the guy who destroys the train." So I think I must have been pretty young, and
Yeah.
I was just she went, "That's Doctor Octopus," and I was like, "Oh,
Well,
oh no."
part of you probably wanted it to be true.
A
You know.
little bit. It would have
Yeah.
been yeah. If I could go back now, I'd love to talk to him, but
Right. Sure.
back then that was a supervillain sitting across from me who destroys trains on a train. So
Trippy.
yeah.
Trippy.
I've got a question here from Karen Campbell. What's it like being the best character in the show? You got a
Karen,
fan?
it's a real thrill to let my mustache bring me to the promised land.
I got a question that I'm not going to ask now because I do know the answer. But someone when I reached out for questions, someone sent in a question that was, "Do you sport the mustache all the time, or was it just for WandaVision?" But of course, it's all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big part of my branding.
Yeah.
I grew it out in like 2013, and I was just kind of experimenting with different looks. Do I use my hair a lot.
Yeah.
So I booked a job. I think I booked a commercial with it, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool," and like it popped, stood out, and then I just got some pictures taken and booked a few jobs in a row, and like, all right. And then the emoji came out, and I was like, "This is me."
Oh
So
yeah, you sent me that one on Twitter, and the second I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god!" If I remember while I'm editing, I'll pop the emoji up on screen, but I'm sure everyone could work out which one it is. The guy with a big mustache. You sent me that, and I was like, it's so perfect. It's literally an emoji
yeah,
of
I
you."
mean, it's like
Yeah.
it was just handed to me.
There you go.
Wear
I
the
know.
mustache. Well, I have to say, my family has a long line of mustaches, so it's my birthright.
It was destiny. It was destiny.
Destiny indeed.
Okay, so I got 5 more questions, and they're all quick fire questions, and it's just this or that kind of thing. So, Team Iron Man or Team Captain America?
Iron Man.
Good answer. Good answer. Your favorite Spider-Man actor out of the three?
Toby.
Me too. Again, great
Yeah.
answer. Jimmy Woo or Darcy Lewis?
I love both of them. I'm gonna say Jimmy, but
Yeah, there's
Darcy.
same with the
Darcy
Spider-Man
has my
actors.
heart too. Yeah.
Same with the Spider-Man actors. There's no, I love all of them. There's no hate to any of them. It's Wanda or Vision.
Oh God, what you're gonna make me choose,
Of
mom
course.
or dad? Um,
or you can say no comment. You can pass if you don't want to. If you want to be impartial.
WandaVision. I can't pick that one.
Okay, okay, fair enough. And then last question before we wrap things up. In your opinion, who is the strongest MCU character?
Strongest
or,
as in
we'll go with
strength?
Sorry, let me rephrase. Powerful, most powerful. So everything.
The Scarlet Witch.
Great answer. Great answer. That's mine too. Kevin Feige. They even say it in the show. But there's a lot. There's a very controversial question within the Marvel fandom. You got Thor, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch. But
the other character that went through my head was Hulk.
Yeah, I wrote down strongest, but I meant to ask powerful because the strongest it would be physically Thor or the Hulk, but the powerful one, there's a lot of debate. It's a very heated question, so I'm a team Scarlet Witch too.
I'm gonna go with my girl Wanda.
Of course, I've got her right here. So yeah, I think that just about wraps it up. Again, David, thank you so much for giving me time. This is an amazing experience for me as a fan. So I'm very honored. Yeah,
it's a thrill to be here. I see the Funko Pops.
Yes,
I was hoping they would do one for Phil.
I said this. I wanted one for Norm and for Phil and for Herb. Like I wish they would all got them because I buy all of them. I've got hundreds of these things, and that would have been awesome.
I did a mock-up of one. I took Alex Trebek, and I put like a briefcase in front of his cue card, and it kind of looks like Phil in the first episode. Yeah.
Okay, so you can catch WandaVision season finale on Friday, which I'm very excited for. I'm sure you are too. And I suppose you can catch Coming to America, the sequel, on Friday as well, if you want to see more of David. I don't have anything else to say. Thank you again for your time. I hope we can do this again sometime.
Anytime.
Once you become your own hero in Marvel or whatever in the future that you can't talk about at the moment, maybe, who knows?
Or perhaps a villain.
A villain, yeah, exactly. So I hope we can do this again sometime. It was really fun. We need to stay in contact. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you so much. Okay, obviously, once again, I just said it, but I want to say a huge thank you to David for taking time out of his schedule to talk to me. As I said already, all of David's links will be top of the description. I really want you to go and support him. Comment on his TikToks that I sent you. Follow him on all his social media. Support everything he's got going on. Such an amazing guy. I was so blessed to talk to him. And I really do hope we get to do it again in the future. Also, like I said, Discord link in the description if you want to find out where to ask questions for these interviews. And I also have a Loot Crate link in the description. If you want to buy Marvel merch just like me, click on the link in the description to Loot Crate and use code ANDREW to get 15% off your order. But besides that, thank you so much for watching. This has been surreal and I'm so happy that I got to talk to these guys. Thanks again. I'll see you all next time.